I was on the front lines. I was at the DMZ, which separated North and South Vietnam. So I fought the North Vietnamese Army and the Viet Cong. So we were always engaged in some kind of battle. Snake Alley was a trail in the jungle that we would use for ambush. Snake Alley was called Snake Alley because it was loaded with snakes. Snakes would drop out of trees on your shoulder. They would come out of holes. And you're laying there at night on ambush, a snake was crawling across your body. And you couldn't scream, and you couldn't move, because the enemy would know where you were. So how would you feel with Snake Alley? We had cobras. It was a serious place. We lost a guy one night to tigers. He was on ambush, tiger took him away. So we had tigers, we had these apes, we had the snakes, we had the leeches. So when you got out of the rice paddies, you had to raise your pants leg up, take the leeches off of you, because they were sucking on you. Very common thing with leeches. And then, again, you had the quicksand. You had the monsoon where it rained 30 days nonstop, so you're eating your food drenched in water. And if you want to take a bath during monsoon, you just take a bar of soap and you just scrub your uniform. It's going to get rinsed out. Nice life, isn't it? I can say this, that the Army and combat made me a better person, because now you have an appreciation for life. You have appreciation for the disabled. You try to help other people who are coming out of the military now. And you're not doing it to boast about what you have. You're doing it because you've learned a hard lesson in life. And so when you look at the medals, they're just a reminder of where you've been and the fact that you survived combat. I always believe that God watched over me throughout that whole war. And so when I look at those medals, it's a reflection so that I can thank Him for helping me to get through it. See, it doesn't matter if you get medals for being brave and being courageous. You can't do anything if you don't learn how to pray to get through these things. I've had the enemy step over me in the jungle at night, never saw me, stepped over me and missed me. And I stood beside them in the jungles at night and they never saw me standing in their faces. You know, those kind of things. A lot of close calls, you can put it down. Because of those who have gone before you. So you should be enjoying your freedom, but it comes with a cost. It comes with a cost. You have to die. Folks have to die to keep their freedom. So you shouldn't erase us like we don't exist. But it's because of all these veterans that's made this country what it is.
Mr. Byrd told us that his war experiences had made him very hateful at first. He was angry that our country didn't take care of the veterans returning home, and sometimes the veterans were spit on and were even called names. This was very surprising and unbelievable to us. We couldn't imagine how a country could turn its back on its veterans. Mr. Byrd also endured over 30 surgeries to repair the extensive injuries to his body. Today, Mr. Byrd is an inspiration to us, because he was able to eventually let go of the hate and become a loving, caring person. He told us that we have to first love ourselves before we can love others. He doesn't let his physical limitations prevent him from doing what he wants to do. We were also struck by how young Mr. Byrd was when he entered the Army. He was 19 years old when he was forced to go overseas and fight and almost die for our country. We are 17 years old and can hardly imagine young people our age going off to war. We have learned a lot from Mr. Byrd. Teenagers, including ourselves, often complain about our lives, but at least we get to live teenage lives, unlike many veterans. Mr. Byrd made it very clear to us that we cannot take anything for granted. Mr. Byrd is a very special man, and we are grateful to have someone like him representing our country. Mr. Byrd has touched many hearts with his story, including ours. We hope many more people can enjoy this interview and learn from our veteran. Thank you, Mr. Byrd, for your service, your sacrifice, and sharing your experiences with us.